Good morning, friends, and let's begin with the next question on internal reconstruction. These questions were circulated yesterday, two questions. So, first among them that we'll try to complete today. You are given the balance sheet of A Limited, 31st March 2018, and you have usual details like preference share capital, equity share capital. There are unsecured term loans, bank overdraft, debentures are there, interest payable on debentures, and some other liabilities. Asset side, you have mix of everything. You have current assets, you have fictitious assets, you have intangible and tangible fixed assets, and those kind of things. So let's straightway go to the adjustments and see how we need to implement the scheme of reconstruction. The first adjustment says intangible and fictitious assets are to be written off. Okay. Shall we directly do the capital reduction account this time? We have been doing entries all along, and we decided at some point in time we'll skip the entries and let's go only for capital reduction. I think that time has come, so we will start only with the capital reduction account. Is that fine with you all?
Yes, sir.
So without entries, let us take a feel as to how we construct the capital reduction account. Okay, let's do that. Okay, so we'll directly work on the ledger. The first adjustment says intangible and fictitious assets are to be written off. So which are the intangible and fictitious assets? We have intangible goodwill, which is 4 lakhs. Then we have one fictitious asset called as profit and loss account that will have to be written off. So there are two items in the balance sheet. One of them intangible and the other one is fictitious. So let us write off those two items. Entry will be 2 goodwill and 2 profit and loss account. Goodwill will be 4 lakh rupees and P&L account debit balance is 9,77,000. Entry we have passed is capital reduction account debit. I'm sorry. Sorry. To profit and loss account. This is the entry we have passed in the process. Then land is revalued at 500% more than the book value. See the wordings carefully. It says land is revalued at 500% more than the book value. What is the book value of the land? It is 3 lakhs rupees. And the appreciation is 500%. If it is 500% appreciation, how much would be the amount of appreciation? Yes. How much will be the amount of appreciation? The land is valued at 3 lakhs as per the books, and the appreciation is going to be 500%. 500% is basically, yes, 500% is going to be 5 times, right? So we are increasing the land value by 5 times. Okay, so by land going to be 15 lakhs. It's a revaluation, upward valuation of land by 5 times. So 15 lakhs is credited to capital reduction account. The entry being land account debit to capital reduction account. The profit, revaluation profit is credited here. Then the next is an unrecorded asset worth rupees 10,000. It's sold for rupees 60,000. There is some unrecorded asset in with the company. Unrecorded in the sense it is not reflected in the books of accounts. It is not reflected in the balance sheet, and that is sold for 60,000 rupees. How do we record the transaction for sale of this asset which is not recorded in the books of accounts? Yes. How do we account for this asset which has not been recorded in the books of accounts? Whenever you are dealing with unrecorded asset, unrecorded liability for that matter, if the asset is sold which is unrecorded, the entry is going to be simple: bank account debit to capital reduction account, because you don't have a cost of that asset recorded in the books. So whatever is the selling price, it is as good as a profit in your books. So we directly credit the amount to capital reduction account. Otherwise, if the asset is recorded in the books, we account for sale and we account for only profit in capital reduction account. But here, your profit is as good as your selling price, because the book value of the asset is virtually nil because it is not recorded in the books of accounts. So next entry will be buy back. This is sale of recorded asset, 1,000 rupees. Have you understood this entry? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now in the same fashion, suppose you pay off any liability which is not recorded in the books, again the entry will be simply capital reduction account debit to bank account, because you don't have a liability in the books, but you are going to pay for it. So it will be virtually entire amount as a loss to be recorded as a loss. So that loss will be transferred to capital reduction account. So if you pay any unrecorded liability, the entry will be capital reduction account debit to bank account. Okay, let's go to the next transaction. Equity shares to be reduced to rupees 4 each fully paid up, and even preference shares are to be reduced to rupees 4 per share fully paid up. So there is a reduction in both equity as well as preference shares. If you see the capital structure, there is a paid up capital, equity capital of 10 lakhs. These are 10 rupee shares and fully paid up. So we have 1 lakh equity shares of 10 each, which are fully paid up shares. Now these shares will be reduced to 4 rupees per share as fully paid up. So wording that, is it 4 to be written out? Achha, reduced to 4 per share. Okay. So that means we are going to consider 6 rupees 6 rupees per share, okay, as a differential that will go to the capital reduction account. So the next entry that we are going to pass is equity share capital account debit, face value 10 lakhs, to capital reduction account 6 lakhs rupees, to equity share capital for face value 4 account 4 lakh rupees. That's going to be the entry because these are reduced to 4 rupees per share. So next entry will be buy equity this value 10, going to be 6 lakhs. This is 1 lakh equity shares into 6 per share that has gone to capital reduction account, so that the share will be reduced to 4 rupees per share. Similarly, preference shares will also be reduced to 4 rupees per share. What is the preference share capital? It is 5 lakhs. The face value is 10. So we have 50,000 preference shares of 10 each fully paid up. Now they will be also reduced to 4 rupees per share. So 2 lakhs rupees will be the share capital and 3 lakhs rupees will be the gain that will be transferred to capital reduction account. So we have to pass the entry. The entry will be preference share capital old, that is face value 10, account debit 5 lakhs, to preference share capital new, which will be 4 rupee per share, 2 lakh rupees, to capital reduction account 3 lakhs rupees. That's how the entry will be recorded in our books of account. So by and will be transferring 3 lakhs. This is 50,000 multiplied by 6. 50,000 shares multiplied by 6 rupees per share is credited to this account. That's a gain, that's a profit that has been credited here. All of you have finished these entries. Can we go to the next one?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Then 30% of the creditors are reduced to 30% of book value. So that means you have creditors, but not all of them have agreed for reduction. Only 30% of them have agreed for reduction. And these 30% creditors, how much they have agreed for reduction? They have agreed that their payable balances will be reduced to 30% of book value. So in that case, what will be the amount of actual discount in terms of percentages? What is the actual discount provided by the creditors? Yes. How much will be the actual discount provided by creditors? Is it not 70%? Is it not 70% discount? It's actually 70% discount. So by calculation in bracket. See, originally we have creditors of 75,000. Out of that, 30% have agreed. So 75,000. These are the balances of creditors who have agreed for some settlement, and they have offered you 70% discount. Okay, so this is how we have to do the calculation. 30% of the creditors are agreeing, and they are agreeing to reduce their values to 30%. So that means they are offering discount of 70%. $15,070. The actual amount of discount that they will offer is $15,750. Yes, did you follow the calculation?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then directors have waived 90% of their dues. We have directors' liabilities of 25,000 rupees. They have agreed that they will waive 90% of dues. So they are sort of a giving discount. So 90% of 25,000 rupees means it will be 22,500. So the entry will be directors' dues account debit to capital reduction account. So by this is calculated. This is 25,000. Dues were 25,000, and they have waived off 90% of that amount. So they will take only 10% when it is finally paid for. So this is the amount that will be credited to capital reduction account. Then we have some write-off for other assets. Stock will be written off by 20%, debtors by 10%, plant by 30%, and furniture by 70%. So there are 4 assets which will be written off. So to stock, debtors, to plant, and to these are the amounts that we have to write out. Stock is written off to the extent of 20%. What is the value of stock? 90,000. So 20% will amount to 18,000 rupees. So 18,000 of stock is written off. Debtors by 10%. What is the value of debtors? The debtors are 53,000. So 10% of that will amount to 5,300. Then plant is written off by 30%. How much is the book value of plant? It is 1,80,000. So 30% of that will be 54,000 rupees. So plant is written off by 54,000 rupees. And furniture is written off by 70%. 70. What is the value of furniture? Furniture is 2 lakhs. So 70% of that will be 1,40,000. So 1,40,000 worth of furniture, it has been written off in terms of value under the scheme of internal reconstruction. Then the next adjustment says 40% of unsecured loans are reduced to 60%. There is a wording, something is missing there. Make it to 60%. 40% of the unsecured creditors are reduced to 60%. Now, your unsecured loans are there in the balance sheet, which are 1 lakh rupees. Only 40% of that are agreeing for some change. And what is the change they are agreeing? They will be reduced to 60%. Okay. So by unsecured loans, balance sheet amount is 1 lakh rupees. Only 40% are agreeing for a change. How much discount they are offering? If you see the wording carefully, they will be reduced to 60%. That means they will offer 40% discount. This is how the calculation will have to be made for them. So let us calculate.
₹16,000.
Maybe 16,000 rupees that will be credited to capital reduction account. The entry will be unsecured loans account debit to capital reduction account. I think that was the last adjustment. Yes, 40% creditors was the last adjustment. So everything is taken care of. There are no expenses or other adjustments. Fictitious assets we have done. Land revaluation we have done. Sale of unrecorded asset, equity, preference, creditors related adjustment, directors, other assets, and last was unsecured loan, that is also taken care of. All of you have finished this account. All the entries are posted by you. Now we need to find out the difference. If you tally the balances, debits and credits, there is a difference of 9,19,950, which is the profit in capital reduction account. This will go to capital reserve. of it will be transferred to capital reserve account. This is the balancing figure in your capital reduction. So capital reduction account final balance, credit balance transferred to capital reserve is 9,19,950 rupees. Any difficulty in this?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
Anybody who is yet to complete? Anybody who is yet to complete? All of you have finished?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Now let us do the balance sheet for this. Okay. We'll try and complete the balance sheet for this particular question. I'll slightly reduce the font size.
सर वो एक से अनसिक्योर्ड वाला दिखाओ ना सर, अनसिक्योर्ड लोन सर.
You want the original adjustment or this calculation?
नहीं सर, क्योंकि सर डाउट था सर 40% कैसा आया सर, ये 60 आना चाहिए था ना.
नहीं. See, there was a word missing there. I have added the word there too. आपका original question में this two is missing before 60%, which I have added just now. I have realized that typo error now. It says
Okay, sir.
40% of unsecured creditors are reduced to 60% of book value. That means they will give 40% discount. If they are reduced to 60%, that means they will offer 40% discount.
Okay, sir.
Okay, now
Yes,
just
yes.
add that word missing before 60%. Yeah, let's open format. Just copy the file. The format, and then we will calculate the numbers and prepare the notes accordingly. Liability side, we will have, as usual, shareholders funds, share capital, reserves and surplus. Okay. Then non-current liabilities, we have couple of them. We have debentures and long-term loans, so that will go there. Then current liabilities, short-term borrowings will need because there is a bank overdraft. If there is a credit balance of bank overdraft liability, that will come here. We have trade payables, then we have other current liabilities and short-term provisions. Okay, so all these heads we will definitely require. All of you complete this format first. Liability side pehle kar lo, then we'll go to the asset side and then we'll prepare the whichever notes which are required that we will do. Have you finished the liability side? Shall I scroll down?
Yes, sir.
Then asset side, we have non-current assets. In that, fixed assets, tangible, intangible, both are there. We may not have any intangible, but okay, let's leave the line there. If it is there, we'll add. And long-term investments, I don't think are there, so you can even skip long-term investments. Current assets, we will require everything, because we have inventories, we have trade receivables, and there may be cash and bank balance also. Ready with the balance sheet? Can we start with the notes?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Our first, let's start with the notes. First will be share capital. Share capital authorized. We don't know, so let's leave it as it is. Subscribed and paid up. Now we have two types of shares. One is equity and one is preference. Okay. Equity shares number has remained the same, but we have reduced them to 4 rupee per share. Preference share also number has remained the same, but we have reduced them to 4 rupees per share. Each share has a face value of 10, whether equity or preference, but all of them have been now reduced to 4 rupees per share. So let us write down. And second one is 15%. $50,000-15%. Will be 4 lakhs. This will be you can cross verify. Our original capital was 10 lakhs and preference capital was 5 lakhs. 10 equity, 5 preference. Now out of that 10 equity, 6 lakhs rupees has gone here as a profit in capital reduction. So remaining capital will obviously be 4 lakhs. Out of 5 lakhs of preference share capital, 3 lakhs has come here. So remaining 2 lakhs will be here as part of your note on share capital. So total capital is 6 lakh rupees. So we can take the total capital here. Then reserves and surplus, original balance sheet we don't have any. But after capital reduction account was completed, we have 9,19,950 as a surplus, which has gone to capital reserve account. So only that reserve will come. So we can show here directly here 9,19,950. 9,19,950. That is the reserve that will appear over here. Then next head is long-term loans or long-term borrowings. Okay, we'll have to create a note for this because there will be a couple of items here. So long-term term loans or borrowings. Now in this we have this unsecured loan and we have debentures also. Okay, both of them will come here. Unsecured loans, term loans. One item that will come here, and the second one that will be reflected here is 15% debentures. There are two items which will go under this head. Okay. Now unsecured term loan, we have reduced it to an extent. Here it comes out of 1 lakh rupees, 40% have asked you to waive some portion of that, and that amounted to 16,000. So out of 1 lakh rupees of term loan, 16,000 is actually a waiver. So balance will be 84,000. 84,000K, this is basically 1 lakh minus 16,000. And 15% debentures have remained unchanged. Okay, there is no change in the amount of debentures or no waiver or no adjustment for debentures. So 15% debentures, 4 lakhs will remain the same. So our long-term borrowings are 4 lakhs 84,000. Are you clear about the calculation of long-term borrowing? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Long-term borrowings are 4 lakhs 84,000. Then short-term borrowing, we have bank overdraft, but we will have to see whether there is any transaction in the bank which will change the nature or amount of bank overdraft. Original bank OD is 40,000 and we have sold one asset for 60,000, right? There is no other entry which will affect bank. Okay, if you see these entries, none of the entries except this one will affect your bank account. This is the only entry which will affect your bank account. Is it clear to everyone? There is only one sale of asset. It is going to affect your bank account. Your original OD balance was 40,000. And with that OD balance, if you sell the asset for 60,000, what will happen to the bank balance then? Will it remain as an overdraft?
No.
No, it will turn to be a positive balance now. How much will be the positive balance? It will be 20,000 rupees of positive balance because no other entries affecting your bank account except this entry. Okay, so instead of bank OD, now it will come as a positive balance 20,000. This positive, this is the bank balance. If we divide this, this was 60,000 minus bank OD. This is only for your reference. Balance sheet में ऐसे actually हमें कुछ लिखना नहीं है this way. This is only for your reference. So how did we got this? We got 60,000 rupees sales proceeds less bank overdraft of original bank overdraft of 40,000. So it has turned out to be a positive balance of 20,000 rupees in cash and cash equivalent. We are 15% interest of debentors due to directors. Now this interest on debentors and due to directors will be other current liabilities. Whereas trade payables will be your sundry creditors. So we look for trade payables. We can just show here as one single item, sundry creditors. Now sundry creditors, there is some change. Original balance was 75,000 rupees. What is the change? They have given a discount of 15,750. So that discount will affect the closing balance. Okay. So to that extent, the balance will be reduced. So we have to take into account that. So this balance will be 75,000 minus whatever discount we have credited here, which is 15,750. So it will be 59,250. I'll write the calculation in bracket. This is 75,000 minus 1575. It will become 59,250. After you consider that discount, it's going to change like this. And other current liabilities, we will have to make a note for that. In other current liabilities, we are going to have two items. One is interest due on debentures, which has remained unchanged, 1,000 rupees. Dues to directors. What is the amount of dues to directors? How much would that be now? 2,500. Am I right? Or no? Originally it is 25,000 minus they have waived 22,500 or 90%. So balance is 2,500 carried forward to the next year. So other current liabilities are 62,500. So other current liabilities 62,500. So liability side is done. I think we have taken care of all the items from the original liability side. Now we go to the asset side and we'll need a schedule or note for fixed assets because there is some change. Okay, so fixed assets, let's create a note. That we have land, leave one or two lines. Okay, then we have sales is there in the original balance sheet. Furniture is also there. So three items are there. The original values were land is 3 lakhs, plant and machinery is 1,80,000, and furniture was 2 lakhs. So the appreciation, so add appreciation, it was 15 lakhs. It will become 18 lakhs now. Furniture and plant, both were written off. How much was the write-off in respect of plant? It was 54,000 if I 30% was written off in plant. So 30% written off, balance will be 1,26,000. And furniture, there was a major write-off, I think 1,40,000 or something.
1,20,000.
Yes, 1,40,000.
40.
Furniture was written off to the extent of 1,40,000. So balance left is only 60,000. So land is appreciated. The remaining two fixed assets are written down, or part of it has been written off. So total fixed assets with the changed scenario, with the changed valuations now is 19,86,000. This is the revised balance of fixed assets. Let us take it to the balance sheet. These are all tangible. So we have taken care of land, plant, goodwill is written off, furniture we have taken care of. Now what is left is only stock and debtors, trade receivables and stock. Stock, what has been done? We have written off partial stock. Yes. To the extent of 18,000. So we can directly show here original balance is 90,000 minus 18,000. Stock will remain as 72,000. And trade receivables, originally it was 53,000 minus 5,300 was written off. So it will become 47,200. The balance sheet is tallied at 21,25,700. That was the last item in the balance sheet to be adjusted, trade debtors or trade receivables. After writing off 5,300, the leftover balance is 47,700 rupees. Any difficulty in creating the balance sheet?
No sir. सर एक बार सर इक्विटी वाला दिखाओ ना सर, लायबिलिटी साइड.
कौन सा वाला? Which part of balance
liability वाला side?
Okay, you want to see the side. Okay, liability side. Clear to everyone? Any doubts about this sum, what we concluded today?
No sir.
Everybody has followed? Okay, fine. So I think with that we will conclude the lecture. We have one more sum that we will tackle in the next session, next lecture, and we will do some objectives also simultaneously. Okay, because we need to keep ourselves ready for objectives also. So that mostly I will create a Google form and then share the Google form with you, so that you can practice by yourself and get to know the correct answers also in the process. Okay, so with that, let's stop for the day. Let me first conclude the lecture, take the attendance, and then only we'll part for the day. Okay, let me conclude the recording first.